Welcome, I'm Sonia, and this is 60 minutes of Yin Yoga. Today's practice is all about surrender, letting go of the need to control, to force, to push. Instead, we soften, receive, and trust the body's innate wisdom. In Yin, time and gravity do all the work. You simply allow. Yin Yoga is a little bit different from traditional vinyasa. We hold the poses for 3 to 5 minutes so that we can bypass the muscles and go deep into the connective tissues of the body, the fascia, ligaments, tendons. It's great for flexibility, for relaxation, and if you have body pain, it's a perfect release. The props for today's class will be a blanket or a bolster or a pillow if you don't have a bolster, a yoga strap, although if you don't have a yoga strap, I'll help you out, we'll work around that, and some yoga blocks. At any point, if you need to modify, try a different variation, go for it. This is your yoga practice and you are your own greatest teacher. Of course, we want to avoid pain, so anything sharp, an electrical feeling, numbness, tingling, we want to avoid that, but a dull, achy, stretchy feeling is kind of what we're going for. Our first pose is butterfly, and there are many variations you can take with this one. I like to use a strap to secure myself in the pose. Soles of the feet come together, knees fall wide. You're welcome to sit on a block or a bolster to prop up the pelvis. The closer your feet are towards the hips, the deeper the stretch will feel. With my strap, I like to create a loop. Placing it around the hips and around the feet. Tightening until I feel secure. Blocks can go under the knees for support. You can also place your blocks in front of you with a bolster and fall forward like so. If that's a little bit too deep for you today, you can simply place your hands behind you and lean back, allowing the inner thighs, the adductors, to naturally open. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. Allow the spine to round, soften the belly, the jaw, the eyes. Notice where you're resisting and simply let go. This position stretches the hips and the low back, while also stimulating the kidney meridians. The kidneys are important in hormone production, reproductive health, and also tied to feelings of fear and anxiety. So this can really help with stress relief. Breathe deeply and relax. Gently begin to lift the chest, removing your props. Bringing the knees in together, maybe a hug. Our next position will be 90-90 legs. So remove the strap. Bring your front leg in front of you at 90 degrees and your back leg also at 90 degrees. You can place a cushion under the hip or under the front knee. Simply staying upright will provide a good stretch, or you're also welcome to lean forward any amount using your props as needed. If you're all the way down forward and you feel like you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can even twist towards your back leg. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. In Yin, we like to find our edge, so moving into a position where we feel like we can't go any further, but not so deep where there's pain and strain in the body. So we find our edge and we soften into it with the breath. Extending the exhales, so breathing out longer than when we breathe in, is going to allow those muscles to soften so that we can get into the deeper tissues. So always connect your movement with the breath. And relax, close your eyes. Enjoy the sensations. It's okay if you need to adjust in a yin position. You don't have to be still the entire time. Slowly lift the chest. Windshield wiper the knees, allowing some blood flow to return to the hips. And we'll move on to the other side. So leg out in front, 90 degrees. Back leg also at 90 degrees. Use your props as needed. And when you're ready, soften into the pose. Breathe deeply. Notice where you're resisting. Soften. Again, if you feel any sort of tingling or numbness, adjust your position. Maybe the cushion goes under the knees. Maybe you don't go down as low. You'll still feel a stretch. Sometimes we gotta let go of our ego as well. Wanting to go as far as we can in a position isn't always the best for us and might cause more harm down the line. So okay, and we'll come out of this position. Again, windshield wiper the knees. We'll now move into a reclined quad stretch. Couple variations for this one. Take your left foot and bring it to the side near your hip. Wherever your ankle feels comfortable, if your foot needs to be flat or to the side, work with what feels good for you. Again, you can sit on a cushion. We're going to recline backwards, either keeping the right leg straight out, extended, or foot flat on the mat. I like to place a bolster or pillow behind me and lower any amount that feels comfortable. This might be enough, which is totally fine. Again, find your edge. If you're all the way down to the mat and you still feel like you need a little bit more, you can let that right knee drop out to the side and you'll get a little bit more into the quad and the hip flexor. So one type of connective tissue is the fascia, which is known as our soft skeleton. It's basically a thin, silver, watery sheath that covers pretty much our entire body. And there are fascial networks in our body that connect, the heels all the way to the neck. So specifically, this stretch is targeting the superficial front line of our fascial network. So we're getting a stretch in the quads, the hip flexors, the abdominals, all the way up into the neck as well. Take a deep breath in, release with a sigh, close down the eyes, and let go. We'll be here for 3 minutes. If you're working with sensitive knees, please don't overdo it. Listen to your body and find a position that feels comfortable but doesn't aggravate your knees. that foot out in front of you, shaking it out. And other side. Notice the sensations. Notice how your body is feeling. Are you calm today? Are you a little bit more restless? Is it difficult to find stillness? All of it is okay. Just like the phases of the moon, just like the ocean, we change. We have our moments of calm, we have our moments of chaos. It's just about noticing, giving yourself grace. Today is a full moon, so energies are high. The moon is responsible for activating the tides of the ocean. And our bodies are 70% water, so I fully believe that planetary influences affect us as little human beings on the earth. So just giving yourself some compassion, giving others compassion for navigating this world. And with that, breathe in and release, relax. Let's slowly rise. Shaking it out once more. We're going to move into something called hamstring hammock. So you're going to need your yoga strap. If you don't have one, you can simply do a forward fold, sitting on your cushion, letting the feet fall wide, rounding the spine and falling forward, passively surrendering. However, if you do have a yoga strap, loop it around so that you have quite a bit of a loop there. We'll start with the left leg. Place the strap around the ball of the foot, so just under the toes. Adjust the strap so that when you lie down, you can place it around your head, just above the ears. So you might need to adjust, lowering until you're basically passively stretching that hamstring. take a couple moments to find your comfort here. You basically should be able to float. Letting the weight of the head bring your thigh closer to the chest. Be sure not to crunch in the neck too much, so lengthen the neck so that you're still able to breathe comfortably. And begin to soften, so let go of the tension in the ankle, the calf, the hamstring. Close your eyes, find stillness. You're welcome to have a slight bend in the knee if that's comfortable. Bend your knee, hold on to the strap, let your head rest on the mat, and we'll remove the strap from the foot, placing it on the other ball of the foot. Readjusting the head, straighten the leg as much as you can. And relax into the pose. Soften the shoulders. Let your breath unravel any tension. Again, lengthen the neck, lifting the chin, and relax the jaw. Keep breathing. bend that knee. Let the head rest, removing the strap. And come back up. Next is fire toes. So grab your blanket and come up onto your knees. I'm going to place a blanket under my knees for comfort. Tucking the toes under, you can, move your pinky as well to make sure that all of the toes are tucked under. You're welcome to sit, placing a blanket above the heels and sit on that for a little bit of more comfort as well. Option, if this is a little bit too much of a stretch in the bottoms of the feet, to lean forward using blocks. Or if this is not much sensation for you, you can interlace your fingers behind you and lean back until your hands touch the mat, adding a little bit more weight onto the heels. So fire toes, a stretch in the plantar fascia. This is connecting that fascia line all throughout the back of the body. So even though we're simply stretching the bottoms of the feet, we're actually getting into the calves, the hamstrings, the low back, all the way up to the neck as well. Breathe deeply into this. Might be quite an uncomfortable position for some of you if you're not used to sitting like this. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. It's quite amazing how everything is connected in the body, yet also separate, which is a little bit of a metaphor for this universe. We're all somehow connected, yet still our own individual beings. Yes, let's breathe into that. Close the eyes, pratyahara, draw the senses inward. All right, lean forward, flip the toes, tap it out. A quick counter stretch, so stay the tops of the feet on the mat. Lean back any amount, maybe lifting the knees. So we're getting that front portion of the foot and the shins. We'll do this just for a minute. And lower. You can keep your blanket if you wish. We're going to move into child's pose. So knees wide, big toes touching, tops of the feet on the mat. Feel free to bring your bolster or cushion here to fall over. However, in this child's pose, with our arms extended in front of us, we're going to walk the hands over to the left side so that we get a bit of a side body stretch, activating the adrenal glands. This is great for women as the adrenals are important in maintaining healthy hormone production. So that's good for stress relief and keeping your body calm, navigating those phases that women go through when it comes to our hormones. Allow the shoulders to soften, rest your forehead on the ground. Close your eyes, release the hips. And deep breath in and release with a sigh. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Slowly walk your hands over to the right side. Breathe into this position, finding stillness. neutral child's pose, we're gonna roll forward onto our belly. So you might need to remove that blanket. From here, extend your left hand to the side of you, palm facing down. You also have an option to cactus the arm. And we're going to roll over onto that shoulder. The top leg reaches behind you any amount. You can find your props and place a bolster under the leg. And then rest the head. This is a beautiful stretch in the chest and the pectoral muscles, the shoulder. It stimulates the heart meridian, which is responsible for sleep regulation. So if you often feel restless or have insomnia, this stretch can definitely help with that. Return to your breath, close your eyes and let go. We'll be here for 3 minutes. Gently roll back onto the belly. Moving onto the right hand side. Extending that arm out, palm facing down. Roll over, letting the top foot fall where it wishes. Find your edge and surrender. begin to roll back onto the belly. Moving into our last pose before Shavasana. Extend the right hand straight out in front of you to roll onto your back. Grab your blocks. Couple variations for this heart opener. A deeper option is to place that block along your shoulder blades. Legs extended. So this block is on the medium height, and the second block can be on the lowest level to place under the head. Arms fall wide, shoulders relax, opening the chest with this back bend. If that's a little bit too much for you today, you can place your first block on the lowest level, second block on medium or high. Take your bolster, let it rest against the blocks, and then fall backwards, again opening the chest. Take whichever variation feels comfortable today. And release, trusting that gravity will do all the work for you, passively letting go. We'll be here for a total of 5 minutes. into the forearms and the hands, maybe hand around the neck to gently lift. We'll remove our blocks and moving into Shavasana, our final resting pose. We'll be here for 5 minutes. You can place a blanket over your eyes. Let the arms fall wide, palms facing up, or place your hands wherever you wish. Feet fall to the side. Allow the ground to hold you. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. Just this moment for you, where all that hard work you've done is integrated into the body and into your life. Scan your entire body, finding any last bits of tension, and just soften, release, let go. Life is always moving. Surrender to that flow. Deep breath in and out. Relax the jaw, the chest, soften the belly, the hips, backs of the knees, ankles, heels. Your body is heavy, relaxed, at ease. As we start to return to the space, allow your body to receive the benefits and energetically send some of that goodness out towards maybe a loved one, maybe maybe a stranger who needs it. And then begin to bring some micro movements back into the body, wiggling toes and fingers, swaying the head side to side. Taking a deep breath in. You might want to roll onto your side in a fetal position and push yourself up to seated. Or bring knees into chest and roll over the spine. Alright, let's close this session bringing our hands to heart center. Just feeling that goodness. Bringing it with you off the mat into your life. I really hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, I'm Sonia. I have a lot of yoga classes here on YouTube, along with meditations, vlogs, basically anything. I'm just a YouTube girly. All right, I will see you all in my next class and have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.